Jason, you're first. Josh, you're second. Mark, you're third. What's going on, folks? I'm gonna take my evening meds here. Michael, Jason, Bad, what's up? Now, let me turn that down a little bit. Rerun of Street Outlaws. All right, there. What's everybody doing? Yeah, you did. I didn't know there was a holiday tomorrow. JJ, what up? The title of the title? Well, the title of the title is the title of the title. Big Mike, what's going on? You're on a 36-hour waiting, huh? Chargers on the playoff. Dude, I don't do football at all. I don't do hockey. I don't do NASCAR. Rest area in Kansas on 54. That's a hell of a place to be. I watched that highway through the hell the other night when I was in the motel room. It was interesting. I hadn't watched it since the first season. First season or two, I watched a little bit of it. But after that, I did not. That and Ice Road Truckers, I watched that the first couple of seasons. It was all right. Then they turned into drama, both of them, and Highway Through Hell had turned into drama. Then they went to Canada. What I seen the other night, I watched, I don't know, two or three, 4 episodes of it. I don't remember. It wasn't the drama we had on the original one. Well, it is. That's how many subscribers I have. 2,455 subscribers. Kicking back at home, man. Relaxing. Little Joe got them t-shirts up for those that was wanting those specialty t-shirts. He did a no sugar added one, and he did the God loves you and so do I one. You being Kingman. Well, that's a good deal. You gonna be at the receiver a day early? I doubt they take you. They had somebody come down and pick up my load, I guess, today. It better been today because it's supposed to deliver Monday. They dropped me off one, couple in Houston, a couple through Louisiana, ending up over there by New Orleans. That place that you went that was talking about, what is that, Hera, whatever the hell it is. Blue, what's up? You're the loves, I'm sorry for you. How's the weather in Wyoming, they're asking. I've been just being plumb lazy, man. If you go to the About page, the link's on there. You go to the live stream from the other night. There's a link on there. Go to the Facebook, Simple Living with Papa Joe. They've got a link pinned to the top. Or JJ, stick up a link to the t-shirts for me, buddy. That's actually called a bridge law, Josh. That where you're worried about your tandem being set, and it's very hard to explain the actual parts of it, but the simplicity of it is real simple. is where your trailer tandems are and where the truck behind you, steer tires and drives are. It's not supposed to go over a certain weight, so they came up with this formula saying your trailer tandems have to be in this hole, which is called the California hole. There's only 2 or 3 states left that really worry about it a whole hell of a lot, but those that do worry about it, they worry about it very expensively. 60 plus winds tomorrow night. Oh, that sucks. No snow, no ice, no wind tonight in Wyoming. Best in a while. And you can't be trucking, right? You gotta be sitting there. This is the time to be trucking. Well, do they have parking, Mike? If they tend to be slow, can you get over there within creeping distance where you ain't got to start your clock till they're done? You're heading to Reno? That's where Big Mike's going to be, over in Reno, if I remember correctly. Reno area and Don are getting pounded. How long is that supposed to last? Mike won't be over there until, what, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday? Mitch, what's going on, buddy? I was talking to one of your fellow Canadian drivers Thursday over there at the Peterbilt shop. His truck had already started deregulating on him, shutting down on him, and his company was wanting them to wipe all the codes out that it was throwing and him trying to make it back to Canada. I said, that's some of the stupidest shit I ever heard. I hear you. There you go, Bad, right under your comment. He just, JJ just put up a link for the t-shirts and stuff. Thank you, JJ. Till 0400 Monday? Well, that's cool. Well, not for Bad. He said he's fixing to hit down there tomorrow. Kale, what's up? You got your Papa Joe shirt today. Good deal. Which one did you order? The Grab-A-Gear driver seems to be about the most popular one. Now that y'all ever heard me telling a driver that. Not thinking of a bad word. Yeah, that one's another good one. Well, I appreciate you getting one. I'm fixing to get on there the next couple of days and order me 2 or 3 more. Uh, 15 to 18 inches. That can add up and be a little bit, but they stay on top of Donner pretty good. It's when you get to ice, that's when Donner gets bad. Little Lizzie, she's a hot little rascal. Let me back this all the way up, because I ain't been paying attention. I just seen this one actually, but I enjoy watching them race, and there ain't nothing else on. All these damn channels, and there's nothing to watch. Alright, there, and I got it paused. Yeah, it's paused. They're on there, dude. He just did them. They're on there. You have to look for them. Well, it's on there. Uh-huh. Warwick, what's up, mate? Oh, I don't know, JJ. I ain't got a clue yet. Carlos, what's up? They said it'd be Tuesday or Wednesday before they had a tech in there that could do what my truck needs. So I don't know. I went ahead and called yesterday and set me up a doctor's appointment for Tuesday morning. Figured it was a good time to get that out of the way. I think you're going to be doing good to get up there by Monday afternoon, Mike, but Monday afternoon will be a good time. Exactly, Mitch. There's times that when you can get it, you get it. That's how I am. Yes, Michael, it is typical for stuff to be slow right now. Simply being the Christmas rush is over. It's the end of the year. A lot of people are doing inventories, so they're not ordering as much. Some of them not shipping as much. So yes, this is typical. Plus you got the winter nonsense. So yeah, this is typical for this time of year, which is one of the things new drivers have to learn, which is why I tell drivers before they go leasing a truck or buying a truck, they need to learn trucking. This time of year is something they need to learn. And if you're an owner operator or you're a wannabe owner operator, that you have to have money saved back for now, because guess what? That truck payment still comes around, insurance still comes around. This would be a good time to be getting the maintenance done on your truck. Any little thing that you've been putting off, this is the time. Once again, one of the biggest problems that these so-called owner-operators have, which is nothing but a rookie that's decided to buy a truck. Those are the ones I'm talking about, the ones that I can't tell anything to. They get that paycheck all through the summer and they see them big bucks and they just go stupid rich and buy a bunch of crazy nonsense and get their silver chains and their fancy phones and some chrome for the truck and whatever their little desires are, and buy mama a new car. And then this time of year hits and they want to blame the companies because they ain't getting no miles. This is typical for this time of year. If you're an owner operator, you set up for it. You know it's coming. That's how you see these guys succeeding, being successful as owner operators. They waited and they got to know trucking. If you've only been out here 2 to 3 years and you think, oh, I can drive a truck. Look, I can knock out 500, 600, 7 miles a day. I'm all set to be an owner operator. No, wrong. What up, Cutter? Yeah, Josh, you better behave. Dwayne, what's up? Yeah, we're getting a lot of rain here in Texas. I actually worked my yard guy today for about a half a day, and we had started doing some of the leaves and all that. Excuse me, a few weeks back now. And between the weather and the holidays, he didn't get to finish it all up. I had him do that today, and damn, he got muddy. I've still got standing water all over my place. So, my wife was asking, we set a couple of fires out there. She's like, have you checked the fires? I said, no. She said, I hope they're not spreading, nothing burning around them. I said, ain't nothing but water. I don't think that water's going to burn. You got good news for me? What's that, Kale? You called my boss and got me a raise? Well, don't tell me Warwick's leaving already. Did I miss that? I'm backing up here. 'Cause I know Warwick just came in. Okay, there he is. I don't see where it says anything about him leaving. I hear you, Michael. No, dude, I have so many people that come in and they've got 1 or 2 years under their belt. They're already talking about buying a truck. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that they can make at that stage in their career. And some of them just don't listen. Imagine that. I know that surprises everybody, don't it? Paul, what's going on, brother? Oh, I've had this in my throat for a few days now. Yeah, it makes sense, Kale. I'm just trying to figure out how that's good news for me. So you had good news for you that you wanted to share with me. Gotcha. And that's what you got to do, dude. For those that's listening, Kale's had a pretty hard week with some messed up loads. He said his dispatcher gave him an attaboy for having a good week. The thing you got to remember, Kale, is one oh shit wipes out over 1,000 attaboys. So you got a whole bunch more attaboys to go before you can afford an oh shit. You didn't see the God Loves You? It's on there, bad. Carlos, would you check out the shirts? Little Joe just did it. He sent me a proof and said it was live. Should be a no sugar added and a God Loves You shirt. He just added Wednesday or Thursday or something. Top runner of the month. Congratulations. If you find that one, put the link up for me there, Carlos. Well, put it up for bad. I had him make that just for you, bad. So if it ain't up there, I will make sure. Well, now, my shirts ain't that expensive, so that's telling me they ain't paying you enough. Oh, you're out at dinner? Well, get off the damn phone while you're at dinner with people. That's rude. I hate it when people's on their phone and sitting there eating with me. JJ, you want to have a try at it? Uh, what if truck? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, Josh. I don't know if those are typos or if I just ain't up on the slang of this internet stuff. No, JJ, I can tell they didn't tell you now they didn't thank you. They probably got mad at him for not doing a proper pre-trip. All right, my bad. I will talk to my boy in the next day or two. I know he made them. He sent me the proofs to him to approve them. Something might not have went down on it going up or something. Oh no, not if I'm around and having dinner with you, you wouldn't do that. I guarantee I told you. I would embarrass everybody, and if they didn't get off their phones, me and my wife would get up and go to another table. No, evidently bad. Something went wrong on the boy uploading them. So my bad. My bad. That's a lot better, Kel. And did you ever have a talk to him and tell him that it was due to your ignorance that you asked for the mileage you asked for? Do you want to step it up some? You really need to. And you see what I was telling you about the company wouldn't let you run them low miles, but maybe the first week they got to get the miles for the truck to make the money, man. Oh, bullshit, Jim. Yeah, I think Little Joe's done good. Actually, Little Joe did most of the homework, and he set me up with a local place here out of town. And I jacked around with that woman for months. Literally, like, what was it, guys? 2 or 3 months or something. And she just kept dropping the ball. And finally, Little Joe found this place here. And he's not an artist by no means. And he started just playing with it and did them t-shirts. He's done all them t-shirts and mugs. Grab you a mug too. Josh, you're crazy if you buy a truck with 1 year's experience, man. Oh, she ain't doing too bad. She's in bed. When I start doing these, her and the puppy dog decide to go to bed. Actually, we just sat here and watched Shootout in OK Corral. It was a 1957 movie. They had did the color thing on it, so it was in color. Kirk Douglas and Mitch. Oh, I can't think of his name now. A couple of old actors. I mean, old actors. It was actually pretty good. The old boy that played Doc on Star Trek, if any of y'all remember Star Trek, the one that played Doc, he was one of the Earp brothers. And there was a whole lot of actors that wasn't main actors at all that made it bigger 10 plus years down the road. That's kind of cool to me when I can watch one of them old movies and be able to spot people that made it big later. All right, Carlos, I appreciate it. Shoot Joe a text message or something, would you, Carlos, and let him know them shirts didn't show up? Say what? Yeah, that's how it happens a lot, Josh. Yeah, yeah, that was something else, Warwick. When my kids were still at home, there wasn't no such thing as cell phones at that time. Oh, it would drive them kids crazy. That phone on the wall would start ringing, and they knew don't get up to answer the phone during dinner. Oh no. But see, I was a bad parent. Me and Grandma was terrible. We sat down as a family unit together, and even when I was on the road, she made sure they all sat down as a family unit together to eat dinner. And no, we didn't just jump up and go grab that phone. That phone could ring all it wanted. We didn't have answering machines or none of that. And that drove them kids crazy. That could have been a call for them. And I said, it probably was. Leave it the hell alone. Well, that's the way to go, Kel. What it is, Kel, you remember that first week when you was getting upset and me and Carlos was telling you just chill out. Just wait, get to know trucking, get to know your company, let your dispatcher get to know you. See, y'all are starting to get past your honeymoon phase now. He's learning that you can knock out the miles. He's learning that he can trust you to do the job. So he's going to put a little more on you. And guess what, dude? When and if you ever quit this company and go to a new company, you're going to have to go through it all over again. Now, they're not going to start you with as low as miles as this company did because you just got out of school with these folks. But they're still going to take it easy on you until you prove that you can do your job, which is really a crying shame out here. There's so many truck drivers that say they can do the job, and then when they get hired on, they really can't do the job. That's our biggest problem over here. Over here, you have to be able to literally do your job. Our company will not babysit you. If they have to take you by the hand, they don't want you. They'll let you go. They expect to give you a load and here, driver, go. And they don't expect to hear from you unless you've got problems. They don't want to tell you where to fuel. They don't want to tell you how far to drive. No, they expect you to handle it. And with our loads leaving the yard, there's no appointment times. So you have to understand what business hours are for our customers, and you have to do the best you can do. Got a new truck from my company, International. It's an automatic. I hate it. Anyway, when I start it, low trans pressure pops up on the screen. Any idea what that means? Well, it goes away, don't it? After a minute or so, don't it go away? Myself, I like the automatics. I was just talking to a buddy of mine. He's been trucking 35 years now, and he just got in a new his first automatic, and he ain't real crazy about it. We talked a little bit, and he's trying. But you know, these new computerized trucks, they got to go through all that checklist stuff. So on mine, there's 2 or 3 different lights pop up, and they stay on for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever, and they go out. Well, that's all right. I don't like our loves only either, but it's part of the deal we have to do. That's where you check, when you're running with a company, it's just like finding yourself a church to go to. You have to know what you can live with and what you can't live with. And all I have to do is fuel at the Loves. That don't mean I have to stay at the Loves. Well, then I'd be talking to the company if you have to clear out those codes. Well, your uncle is right, only I would say you need to spend a month or so out there. 14 days ain't much. Are you riding along with him now? And the biggest thing for doing a ride along like that is when he's up and driving, your butt needs to be in that passenger seat and not on your phone. You need to be over there paying attention, asking him questions, watching the traffic, see how the traffic interacts with the big trucks, question him on why he's doing what he's doing, watch what he's doing, and pay attention like you're driving a truck. When he goes into the shipper or receiver, you need to go in with him. When he goes into the companies, you need to go in with him. The only time you don't need to be with him is when he goes to the shower or the bathroom. Those two, let him do his own thing. Other than that, you need to be shadowing him. Yeah, that's probably true, Cal. It probably got built up air pressure. Well, that was on part. There are two things there, JJ. One was it was when you was backing up, and they've came a long way since then. When they first started doing it, they was notorious for locking up in reverse. We had more truck stops plugged up because these new automatics was stuck in reverse. They couldn't do nothing with them. Now backing up on some of them, they still get kind of rough. But if you have a hill assist over there, you can click that to turn it off temporarily and back up, and it's not so rough. Another part of it is these drivers will not downshift it. A lot of them, when you go to take off from park and you put it in gear, they'll start in third gear. And they won't, they'll have a heavy load on, and they won't downshift it to second or something to give the transmission a chance, so they'll try to take off in third, and that'll beat you to death. So a lot of the beating to death is just driver error. Not all of it, but a lot of it. What up, David? Don't worry about me, David. Cigarettes is about the worst habit I got left. Cigarettes and grandma. I'm addicted to both of them. What up, Google? Google? Well, that's good to know, Mike. A lot of the Loves are expanding their parking areas. And I got news for you. It don't matter if it's a Love's, a Pilot, or a Flying J, or whatever. They got bad parking, and not very much of it. That's why I hit the Loves to fuel, and I try not to necessarily park there. Now, if I pull in and there's a parking spot and I'm out of hours, don't get me wrong, I'll park there. But it ain't like we can only fuel and park there. Oh, you can fuel where you got to fuel and go on down the road. That's why I like my mom and pops. Yep, you're right. Being owner operator ain't as easy as it sounds. Well, fellers, that's a matter of personal preference on which one is better than the others. Well, that's cool, Paul. Well, it depends upon how your day goes on your 11 and your 14. Grant, what's going on, brother? Glad to see you came in tonight. Be nice, say what? Okay, sissy, go on to bed, Cal. It was fun. Tell Jesse good night. Brian, what's up? Well, that ain't good, JJ. You tell me you need to put mud tires on that wheelchair? Now, some of these drivers can get them for you, buddy. That's right, man. That's what I've tried to tell a bunch of them. They don't listen. And the majority of them don't even know what you're saying right there. Well, it depends on your truck note and stuff, David. Depends upon what kind of truck you bought, what kind of price is on it, and what kind of monthly payments you take. But like Bad said, 3 years, that's a pretty steep payment, but that's what I would suggest is 4 years or less. You need to be trading it off when it goes getting close to that 500,000. That's our living room, buddy. I hear you, dude. I imagine that does get old. And I imagine a lot of people try to offer to help you when you don't need help, which I'm sure gets aggravating. Yeah, or have extremely deep pockets. See, Grant, you've been missed in here, brother. And in the morning, I think I'm going to share the word a little bit. Somebody asked me the other night about sharing the word a little bit on Sunday mornings. I think I'm going to have a go at that. So if anybody cares to join in the morning, it's probably going to be somewhere between, probably 8:30 and 9 o'clock Central Time. So if y'all care to join me, I'm going to share the word a little bit according to Papa Joe. It ain't going to be a bunch of preaching out of the Bible and that kind of stuff. I don't do that. But somebody asked me about it the other night, and something's been on my mind, so I'll share it with you. We'll try it a couple of Sundays and see how it goes. Well, yeah, if you're into Freightliners. I owned one. I ain't gonna lie, mine was a classic. It was a 97 classic. It was a good truck. Some of them cheaper freight shakers, oh boy. He just needs training wheels is what he needs. Well, there you go. If that's the problem, then get them to fix it. I don't know, dude. Sometimes it tells people notifications and sometimes it don't. I can usually tell if I ain't got people on here within a minute, then I'm figuring the notifications didn't go out. Like tonight, I didn't have it live 10, 15 seconds and people was coming on. I don't pray for football teams, brother. The Lord cares about it about as much as I do, I think. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Mine and yours both. All of our trucks, we drive pretty new equipment. Me and Mike drives for the same company. Both his trucks got, I don't know, 20 or 30,000 more than mine now, because he's OTR and I'm not. But yeah, we're starting to have all kinds of issues. So if you're thinking about buying one, and ours is the plastic Pete's. Bad was saying to buy a freight shaker. They're cheaper and all that good stuff. And like I said, that depends upon your opinion of freight shakers. Uh-huh. That was a story. That was a true story too, Grant. When I parked beside the devil, that was a very true story. That was an eye opener for me, buddy boy. Uh, there ain't no such thing as a good mileage. You want to get them with the lowest mileage as you can, and the problem is buying a used truck. You're still gonna rack up some stuff, even if you get the extended warranty and all that stuff. There's still gonna be a lot of stuff they don't cover, simply because they know it's gonna be going out, so they won't cover it for you. Well, and see now my classic really didn't rattle. She's a pretty good old truck. She had a couple of issues. Somebody had put on a different alternator. Was it alternator? No, it was the air compressor for the AC. And it kept breaking the bolts in it. And me and my mechanic people, we all tried to figure it out, put in the hardest bolts that they make and the whole bit. Oh, it was a pain in the butt. Cascadia, huh? Well, thank you, Andrew. I hope you're doing a marathon watch of a bunch of them. Throw in a few of them about spreading the word. A little bit of the Lord in your day won't hurt you at all, man. That's true, Bad. Well, Bad's telling you here the ones you'll end up buying are the ones over 500,000. LOL. That's how they get owner operators. What an evil game. And that's a fact. Uh, that's why, that buying a used truck, especially if you're not mechanically inclined and you have deep pockets, leasing a truck or buying one like that is not a good idea. Yes, it is, Mike. I don't even know if black smoke matters again. Jim, they're not going to be able to get the word out enough to people, and there's too many drivers that can't or won't shut down. So we've gotten so big out of here and so out of touch with everyone. It was hard to do back when we had CBs and we all actually talked on the CBs. It's not going to happen anymore. He's asking about a driver shutdown April 19th. It's not going to happen anymore. Best thing we can do now is a bunch of people get behind OOIDA. They have our best interest at heart, and they have the lawyers and the means to do the political stuff in Washington, D.C. to help fight for our rights. An end frame on it. End frame ain't a rebuilt, but I know what you're talking about. That depends. Now they're going to stand behind their motor. They'll stand behind what they did on the motor. A lot of times they only stand behind the parts, not the labor. That's something you'll have to find out. And what about the rest of the truck? There's so much more of the truck than just that motor. You got the whole drive line. You got all that computer nonsense. You got electrical stuff. What about all that other stuff? And a lot of that is where it starts nickel diming you to death, not necessarily that motor. From my understanding, they're only supposed to, I think starting this year, they're only going to make 2 or 300 glider kits, is all they're going to allow them to make anymore. So I guarantee you the big companies will already have them ordered. All right, Mike, enjoy your night, man. Appreciate you stopping in. We'll talk here the next day or two, I'm sure. And what did that cost you there, Mitch? Yeah, there's a few of us big boys in them. All right, Carlos, see you later, man. Yeah, I know, Paul. How many shutdowns have we had? You know, the last one was when the truckers went to D.C. I don't know what, 6 years ago or something. My daughter up there by D.C., she was heavily involved in all that. And I wound up shut down in Kentucky, and I was the only truck sitting there. I was watching all these other trucks come and go. And it's ridiculous. 20% down could get a little pricey. All right, Kale, once again, good night. Me too, Bad. I'm a W9 man. Exactly, Andrew. They passed several laws about them glider kits. So in 2020, they're not going to let them have the older engines. That's about right. Well, and that's what they're thinking is wrong with mine. Mine's got a DEF problem, and from the codes that it was throwing, they're telling me they think it's a wiring harness problem. Oh, really? Gee, thank you. Let me raise this thing up. It's about to drive me nuts being that low. One more. Oh, much better. Now, hold on a second. Let me turn it around like that. No, that ain't worth a damn, is it? Well, let me spin it again. I guess I'll have to go like that. Y'all enjoy that? Well, it's easier on my shoulder. Just replaced my front differential power driver a month ago, and it cost him $3,000 just for the differential. Crank balance 1,500, and did the work himself. Oh, well, unfortunately, Mark, OTR drivers, there's no union force. The one of the companies I was with, the drivers had decided they was going to try for a union, and we had one individual that, and yeah, I'm playing with this again. He called every union you could think of, and none of them would cover OTR. No, they've got a little more room in the bunk and stuff than ours do. Our company's doing what they can to cater to the drivers to get better drivers on over here. So, to get them and to keep them. And like I said, the biggest problem with the drivers is that so many of them don't know how to take care of business. They come from these big companies where the big companies just have them sitting behind the wheel. They do all the thinking for them. And that ain't being mean to new drivers, that's just a fact. It blows me away how many drivers I talk to that their company tells them what routes to run. You know, tell them exactly what place to stop and fuel at. I'm like, wow. No, that's what all of our trucks are going to be. That's what I'll be getting in March. I'll probably see about having Grandma ride with me so she can help me change stuff out of one truck and into the other truck. Well, that's a pain in the. Unfortunately, Andrew, that is how it is. And this day and age, if you speak the truth, it hurts somebody's feelings. And y'all know I'm all worried about the sugar coating. Well, there you go, Brian. As long as you got a plan, brother. Yeah. Well, the drivers don't make the profit, they do the work. But that's America, uh, how we work over here. Well, actually, getting your own authorities ain't that hard. And now it's a little bit of a pain to get your authorities and try to get new customers because you ain't had your authorities long enough. So if you're thinking about being having your own authorities, I'd suggest you get them as soon as possible. And to my knowledge, you don't have to have your own truck to get your own authorities. You can get them in advance. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. I waited until I had my truck to get mine. All right, Mark, good night. God loves you. Well, like I said, I'll be on in the morning, I think. That's my plans at this time. This belt is killing me, leaning up like this. Well, they look at your authorities and see how long you've had them, and then they start trying to guesstimate your credibility by how long you've had them. But it wasn't that hard for me to get mine here in Texas, and it should be pretty much the same anywhere you go. Yeah, that sounds about right. 5,000. Uh, I had $1 million cargo insurance and 500,000 on the truck, and it cost me right at $1,000 down, and it cost me 900 or so a month for 6 months. So it was like $7,000 a year just for my cargo and liability. Gary, what's going on, man? You snuck in and now you're leaving already, are you? All right, man. Good night. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, me, oh my. I hear you, Mitch. Well, come on down, man. You moved down around Houston. I'm an hour north of it. Yeah, me and Grandma ain't even been doing any cooking. We got an ice box full of leftovers. We just been eating on leftovers and whatnot, not for breakfast, but for the other meals. I just finished off my turkey salad that I made last weekend. Boy, ain't that the truth. Your truck will do thinking for you. That's part of my problem with new trucks. Well, me too, Mitch. I wasn't born here, but I got here as quickly as I could. Home is where the heart is. My heart's in Texas. So, and yes, I lived here before I met Grandma Rose. She is a native Texan. Honorary brother. Oh, me, oh my. Yeah, we've got almost an hour under our belt. Being I'm going to get on in the morning, I might cut this off a little early tonight. Let's see what y'all want to talk about. Chat me up a little bit. If you keep me going, then this will keep going. Let her die down, and I'm going to go get me something to munch on. I ain't sure what, but something. I got some cabbage in there, matter of fact. They say howdy and God bless. Well, howdy to them and God bless. I hope they're enjoying the live stream. I hope they subscribe to the channel. Back in the mid 70s. I'm going Central Time. Everything I tell y'all is Central Time because that's what I operate on. It's what I live on. Probably between 8:30 and 9. Uh, I'll probably hold off a little closer to 9. I want to make sure I have some of my hammers in here. Me and Carlos was talking earlier. He's going to give me a call in the morning when he's up. He's on California time. And he's going to be in here to help monitor. A lot of times if you go talking about the Word, talking about God, you get some very evil people in here that do stupid stuff and say stupid stuff. So I want Carlos, at least Carlos in here. I don't think Jim gets up that early of a morning. And my other hammers, I don't know about Warwick or Brandon or any of them. So W9's the only way to go in my book. Oh, goodness. There's been a lot of good radios out there over the years. Any more of the Cobra, what is it? Cobra 19? Is that what it is? We'll get you one of the Cobras. They're pretty good overall. Well, cool. Appreciate it, JJ. I hate anybody having to set their alarm, though. I hear you, Andrew. Thanks for your service, too. A 10-mile radius? Okay. Oh, okay. They're that young, Mitch? Well, tell them howdy for me anyway. All right. Good night, brother. See you in the morning. Thanks for coming in. Remember, God loves you and so do I, man. I hear you, JJ. I set an alarm and I don't sleep worth a damn. I'll be up so many times during the night, I'm afraid the alarm won't go off. Then I'll wind up getting up before the alarm goes off anyway. Do you know how much NA? I don't know what NA is, so no, I don't know much about NA. All right, Brian. Thanks for stopping in, brother. God loves you, man. So do I. Enjoy your evening. Oh, she'll make a ton, man. And they all make a lot of money when they retire. That's part of my problem with our modern government. It was never meant for them to retire out of it. It wasn't meant to be a career. But I ain't getting started on politics tonight. Love you too, brother. Yeah, that don't surprise me, Josh. Well, and their free medical is not Obamacare either. That's something else I had issues with. Which I just mentioned it the other day. They exempt themselves from all kinds of stuff that they subject us to. But that's where they're trying to make it a two-class system over here. I was reading where, dadgummit, who was it? I can't remember their name now, so it don't matter. Uh-huh. Let's get off politics, Josh. I don't want to stress myself out tonight. And you already know I get fired up. No, go ahead, JJ. I might be cutting out here before long, though. But yeah, we've got good people in here tonight. We ain't had no trolls. Yep, you're right, Andrew. Uh, oh Lordy, if I told you, Paul, you probably wouldn't believe me, dude. Yeah, I guarantee you, I've ran some miles, not necessarily nonstop, because once in a while you gotta stop and go pee, or you gotta stop and fuel your truck. But I've done some stuff that I wasn't supposed to have done. Scott, what's going on, brother? It wasn't nothing back in my prime to run 500 or 600 miles, without stopping at all. And it wasn't nothing to run 2,000 miles or so without getting any sleep. And that's just how we used to do it. And when I was with Prime and they made me mad, I drove from San Diego to Springfield, stopped once to fuel. Crazy stuff like that. That's a pretty good ride. Well, and then actually, when I got to Springfield, I was on the yard there for about 2 hours, and I bobtailed out of there, headed to Georgia. And I got, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes. Over there where 64 and 55 meet. I stopped over there at a little mom and pop's and got me about a 2 hour nap. Got up, and Qualcomm was going nuts by then. And wound up doing a little bit of stuff around business, around Memphis to pacify them, and drove on down to Georgia. So, P.O. Box 529, Goodrich, 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 Texas, 77335. Let me double check that P.O. box because I don't ever write myself. See my wallet, they got me. This don't put my P.O. box on it anymore. P.O. box 529. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That don't give it either. Dadgummit, Grandma. All the stuff you got around here. That don't give it either. Oh well. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Oh. Pretty bad when you can't be positive about your address, huh? I'm still looking. Yep, 529, I see it there. Oh, I said correctly. Trash hauler, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing all right. Sitting around the house being lazy. Truck's broke down in the shop. So I'm at home torturing Grandma. Well, there's plus sides and downsides to everything, Andrew. And you could move to Canada. They need truck drivers. I was watching that highway through hell. There's a whole bunch of mountains over there that need to have truck drivers on it. Oh, it could be fun, man. Oh, she gets that pretty little glow to her whenever she gets mad. Actually, she has a birthmark on her forehead when she gets mad. It really stands out. And I tell her, let me check you out. That don't help. Oh, she got put up with me. She bought the title. What the heck? Oh. Some of that, they think it's in the wiring harness, part of the DEF stuff. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Go out and make a few practice runs with him, man. At least March, the worst of your weather will be over up there. Surprised you didn't get in that beet season. Didn't they just have sugar beets there? I forget when their season is, but damn do they run the trucks. Yeah, we've been having a pretty serious issue with DEF on several of our trucks. No e-logs yet in Canada. Notice he said yet. They're coming. They like following our lead on a bunch of that stuff, unfortunately for them. And fortunately for me, I've only got a few years left. Afraid they're fixing to start implementing a bunch of nonsense that would be too hard for me to take care of. Hauling cotton, huh? That's always fun. I see so much of that cotton sitting on the end of the fields out there waiting to be picked up. I hear you, Cutter. And they would, none of them would work with you and let you be a relief driver? Well, I think over there they work 12 on and 12 off on that beet season. My boy, he was up there in Minot for several years, Air Force. He kept trying to get me to come up there for beet season. There were a lot of them boys that would take their 30 days leave during the beet season and go over there and run them beets. That's where I was trying to explain to him. He's telling me what kind of money they was making, and I was running the numbers to him. I was hauling boats into Canada at that time. And I told him, son, I still make more money than they do. You know, and I ain't playing the 12-12 stuff. I hear you. Mother Nature, she'll do that to you. Burnt the dickens out of my finger here a little while back. I didn't pop it. And it's healing up right now, and it's itching like crazy, and I'm doing my best not to scratch it and pick that damn scab off. Grandma would skin me alive. Well, folks, I'm fixing to get up here and watch me a little bit of Street Outlaws. Go to bed here before too long. It's after 10:30 my time. So y'all come join me in the morning. Let's do a little bit of worship together. In the meantime, y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thanks for joining me tonight. MacPaw, Jeff, Cutter.